Where's my crusty veterans at? I know y'all ain't here. Where's the old timers? We making a classic today. I had to dig through my big book of recipe cards to find it. But you knew it was coming because we made biscuits last week. You know what it is? I'm gonna give you a second. Hopefully y'all guessed it right. We're making us some SOS, some shit on a shingle. But for these new kids, they don't know that name. That's an old term, all right? Just like mess hall, they know it as the dining facility or the DFAC. So for these kids out here, well, you'll be making biscuits and gravy. That's right, cream beef. Today's a twofer. We're gonna have the beef gravy, but first we're gonna make the cream gravy, all right? And you say, Sarge, well, what's the difference? Well, I'll tell you the difference. Cream gravy is the breakfast gravy. Beef gravy is the breakfast gravy as well. The only difference, you guessed it, the beef gravy's got beef in it. It's the same damn thing, all right? Now, if you're feeling fancy, I've never tried it before. Maybe you can substitute some turkey sausage in there. It may. Tell me, make it, all right? Make it, come on back, put it in the comments, tell me how you did it. But we're going to be following a recipe card, all right? So let's go on, get in this kitchen. Before we head over there, I'm going to give y'all your block of instructions. You're going to need a pot for all the gravy to finally be in. All right, you're going to need your skillet to cook your ground beef and your onions. And you're going to need a small saucepan to make your roux. Now, roux is butter and flour mixed together. All right, you're going to be cooking that. Make sure to melt the butter. Don't burn it. Melt the butter. And then you're going to add the flour to it. All right, this is where being a cook, having expertise, you got to have the shaking hands. All right. All right. Once you get that roux all nice and thick, it's going to look kind of like peanut butter. You're going to cook it for about 2 minutes on a medium heat. Don't burn it. If it burns, it's going to smell like popcorn. It's going to be awful. The whole thing, you won't be able to taste it. It's just awful. We're going to do this upright. Follow me. All right, now, children, we got 3 pans, all right? We got the red skillet. I'm going to use that to cook off the ground beef and the onions. And then I got here this good sized pot. We're going to put the milk in that. And the final product's going to be in this pot, all right? And then we got the little saucepan. We're going to be putting the butter and the flour in that to make our roux. So let's go ahead and set these aside. And we're going to get to cooking. So I'm going to show you how it's done right now. First things first, what we're going to do is we're going to take this here ground beef. Here it cooking. Just going to take your spatula right here. Break it up. Stab it. Now what sets me aside from everybody else, what I'm going to do, right, is I'm going to take this here Worcestershire sauce. I'm going to give it a little bit of babble. Oh, it's cooking now. It's going to help introduce it. And you're going to get some flavored beef, right? Now while you're at it, you can go ahead and get your garlic. Just a little bit. That's probably about a teaspoon. Teaspoon, tablespoon, I don't know. Salt, you gotta watch it on the salt. Pour it in your hand. See that? It's too much. I'm gonna put a little bit in there. So I still got left. Salt goes a long way. Look at your pepper. Now, you may not have a cool truck like I do, but one day we're gonna get it. So we get it out of the pepper. Your meat seasoned. Now you really want some zing, hit it with the Tonys, alright? Just a little bit. That's the secret ingredient. All right, don't tell nobody. We are jungle cooking today. Let's get all them flavors in there. Stir it all around, chop it all up. You want it nice and broken up. Alright, now that we got the ground beef all browned off and we drained the grease out of it, make sure you chip and chop it a lot. Or still chopped onions, alright, we fresh. It's alright, it's about done now. We're just going to go ahead and get a couple more flips. You can tell them done because look at them onions, they're starting to get thick too. They get a little brown now, so that means it's nice and sauteed. That's what you're going after. Now, if you want to do this a lot quicker, saute your onions in a little frying pan, and then just throw them right on in there. You put it right on the side, just get it all done, ready, cooked up. Really, people, cooking's just combining stuff together. It's not hard. Some people make it hard. All right, we're gonna move on to step number 2. All right, now, children. We're on step number 2. We got the milk on the stove. Make sure you constantly watch it because you can burn the bottom. We also got our butter on the stove too. It's nice and melty. Take a look at that. Nice and melty. See what we're going to do with the butter, right? I got about a cup of flour. Right here. I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that on. Sprinkle. Mix it on up. All right, it's looking like little dobies. Gonna add a little bit of butter. Oh lordy, we cooking with Crisco. We gotta be quick. Ah. Butter. Roux is probably one of the hardest things you can do. Oh man. Get in there. Milk. The milk, you always gotta constantly be on it because it will burn on you and you don't want it sticking to the bottom of the pan, alright? Now I got mine on medium heat. So you're going to be cooking it now. At the same time, you got to multitask. So you got that butter melting in there good. So I add a little bit too much flour. That looks like a bunch of little dough balls. You don't want that. You want creamy peanut butter. Get off of there. That happens. You see it? Go ahead. Grab your whip. You can actually pry them together. You're going to want to let that cook. Make sure to always be stirring that and stirring this. Right? You got to go back and forth. You're going to take a little bit of salt. That's it. A little bit of pepper. So we get most of your color. Garlic powder. Dibble dabbles. Oh lordy. That's alright. Garlic's good for the soul. Or Worcestershire sauce. Just like that. Alright? Just like that. A little splishy splashy. You got to keep it on stirring. And then we're going to come on over here to the secret ingredient. I'm not left-handed. Let's see how bad I do this. Alright. Just a little bit. Got to keep it on stirring. I think we on like step number 6 right now. But that's all right. That's all right. We got our roux cooking. It's on a medium to low heat. We don't want it to burn now. We want it to cook. Actually, I think that could use just a little bit more butter in there. So I'm gonna go ahead, throw it on in there. Now, if you're like me and you wind up making way too much roux, which I do all the time, that's all right. It's better to have more roux than not enough. You can always throw it away, or if you're gonna make gravy on for right with it, or you're gonna make a lot of gravy, you gotta have a lot of roux. Out of that whole cup, I only used about 1/4. And that gave me just enough flour. Actually, that gave me too much flour for the amount of butter I had. I think we're on about 3 teaspoons now. Now, once that cooks, it'll start to turn a different shade of color. It'll be all right. And then you're going to remove it from the heat and give it time to settle. Now with this milk, you gotta be watching. Pull out your thermometer, right? All right. You're gonna temp it. Milk, well, it will boil, but it's got to be at like 500 degrees. Water boils at like 226, 250, something like that. I don't know. Look it up. Tell me in the comments. We're looking at about 180. It could go all the way up to 200. You should always clean your thermometer. I'm using it for the same product, so I can just go ahead and set it aside. But you always want to be stirring it now. My roux is done, but we don't want my roux to burn now. Don't want it to burn. Okay, that's the shade of color you're looking for. So let me get that light for you. Looks kind of like peanut butter, a little bit chunky. Can you see? Yep. So now we're just waiting for it. Now, you took the pot off the hot stove, right? The pot's still hot. It'll continue to cook. Don't let it just sit there. Make sure to stir it once in a while. And be always watching your milk. That shit's gonna burn quick. You don't want it to burn to the bottom of the pot, right? Just gonna stir this on. And you're gonna stir this some so it doesn't burn to the bottom of the pot. Keep on burning it. Start to get a little bit of bubble on top of the milk. Means you know it's about ready. Don't forget to sample your product, right? Hands washed. I'm cooking for me at the house. You're doing it at the defect or in any kitchen, you gotta have a tasting spoon. But we in my house, all right? It tastes like hot milk. Tastes like hot milk, and it's got some good seasonings in it. I tell you what. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab our thermometer. We're gonna temp it again. I just shut it off. Daggum. All right, where we at? See, I prefer the digital, so we at 180, 183. Come on, man. Yeah, that'll be about right. So, give it a couple more stirs. Now here comes the Bill Nye the Science Guy sciencey part. You're gonna take your cooked roux. You gotta lock the pot. Start with a little bit. Mix it on up in there if you got it. Adjust the heat. Remember, it will thicken up on the line given enough time. But you cook your roux off, and you ain't gonna have no little dumplings inside of it. All right, it's still looking like milk. It's gonna get thicker. Make sure you get all that roux stirred in there before you add any more. Hopefully we made enough. Let's scoop more in. Whisk it in there. Get all whisked up in there. You can see it start to get just a little bit more thick in there. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and add the rest of this roux up in there. Add the rest of it. Don't want nothing to go to waste. I think this is the first time I actually made enough roux for my dish. Now, real quick, if you make mashed potatoes, all right, Army says that your gravy must coat the spoon, right? They're gonna take a spoon, right there, just like that. Recipe card does not tell you how thick it has to be. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. Now we can shut off our heat. As I was saying, if you make it too thick and it come out looking like mashed potatoes, add some milk to it. Milk from the fridge. It might be cold, but you got to keep on cooking it, all right? It may go ahead, grab you a biscuit. I'm gonna give you the drizzle shot. Here's our cruddy biscuit from earlier. I'm just going to get the knife. Look like right at the Cracker Barrel, don't it? Now moving on now. You see it's cooked a little more from when I just put it on that biscuit. So we're gonna add our ground beef and the onions that we just made. Just gonna put all of that whole pan in there. You don't get to see this shot, you just get to see the bottom of the pan. Set that back there. Mix it on in there. Look at it. Look at that. I'm gonna add just a little bit of milk in there. Like I said, we jungle cooking today. I'm showing you how it's done. We're gonna cook it good, right? Just a tinge. Oh, yeah, probably about 1/4 of a cup. That was 1/4 of a cup. We're gonna go ahead. I turn the heat back on. Adding in this milk, we're gonna mix it up more. We gotta mix it up more. We gotta bring it to temp, 155 degrees. It's got meat in it. That cream gravy we just did, that first batch, 145. That's just safe, internal cooking temperature, no meat products in there. Now, look at it. This right here, will feed you a family of 4. I'm talking double cheeked up biscuits on a Tuesday. Sucker's looking that thick. Yep. Or you get yourself, where's my crusty grunts at? Get yourself some of that, some toast. That's your shingle. Right here. Now what did I add in here? I added some garlic, some woo-woo, some pepper, some salt, and a little bit of this right here. And it'll taste good, all right? You bring this video up to your shift leader and say, hey good Sarge, I want to make it just like Sarge makes it. And he'd be like, all right. You can go ahead and shut this off right here. All right now, children, we done made us our cream beef and we made our cream gravy. This is a whole hearty breakfast. I done put them on them crappy biscuits I made just the last week. You knew it was coming. We got our SOS. This is one of the best things out there. This is a complete breakfast. You get some double cheeked up biscuits. You ain't gonna eat for the next 3 days. You're gonna be so full. It is the best, let me tell you. And like always, y'all, it's been fun. It's been, oh, don't look at the dirty kitchen. Don't look at my dirty kitchen. Clean as you go, not as you went. But everybody, it has been fun. Doing this is a blast. I love y'all. I miss y'all. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And be sure to thank your local combat veterans. Y'all have a good day.